I agree.
Doc,
Totally.
Dr. Shealy, yeah. We have Chad in Sacramento, California, who'd like to be on the air with you. Chad, welcome.
Good morning, Vince. How are you?
Good morning, Chad. What's on your mind?
Well, me and my buddy, we've been going down to city council for almost a year now, talking about fluoride, showing them the facts, just putting it in their face, even showing them their own city code and state code, labeling fluoride as a hazardous waste. So we've been going down there for a while, and they've made it perfectly clear that they have no interest in taking the fluoride out of the water. We've threatened them with lawsuits. They still said that they're moving on, they're moving forward. And so, we've decided to go with the lawsuit against them. And I finally got somebody, after a lot of searching, I got somebody out of Washington State that's looking into the case right now. And, among the fluoride, there's also misuse of funds in the city council, sex scandals with the mayor, and it's just time to put a stop to this. And they said that they have votes on fluoride once a year. Well, that stuff is affecting people every minute of every day, and we're not just going to sit around and wait for them to maybe take it out.
Well, I'm with you, Chad. Good on you, mate.
Thank you.
I can tell you, Chad, that there is almost no amount of pressure that can be applied that I have found that will get fluoride out of the water. We've tried in Springfield, Missouri. Dr. Shealy and I have been talking about it for probably, at one time, about a year. And I gave out the telephone number of the city manager. I gave out his phone number. I said, call him, tell him he's fired. The only thing that resulted in was a visit or a call to the radio station that I was on locally to ask me to knock it off. That is pretty much the result. You can say it's poison. You can bring them the evidence. You can talk about it. But for some reason, the bribes must be so great. This is my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
The bribes must be so great that they are not willing to back down from putting fluoride in the water. Now, it's not just in one place. It's all over the United States. It is.
Oh, yeah.
And you would think that, with Michelle Obama going around the country changing the school menus for healthier menus, and let's eat healthier, and let's lose weight, and you would think that she would be all over this, but she's not. She's not interested in this at all. We've been told a lie by the dental community, telling us that fluoride is good for our teeth. It's a poison. You're absolutely.
I wonder if it shouldn't be a class action suit against the American Dental Association for both pushing fluoride and mercury in silver amalgam fillings. That might.
Dr. Shealy, that's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant.
To me, they're as evil as the tobacco industry. And more so because they get to everybody, whereas tobacco, at least, you have some resistance to it.
Well, Sacramento alone spends over $1 million a year purchasing chemicals from Solvay Chemicals, who's not even an American company, that is selling the fluoride to the city of Sacramento. And the proponents of fluoride that come down and talk about this stuff to the city council are all dentists. They're all people who are for fluoride. There's nothing wrong with fluoride. It's good for you. So it goes a lot deeper, and there's certainly a lot more people that should be involved in this lawsuit.
Well, it takes a phenomenal pressure. About 30 years ago, the pharmacomafia introduced calcitonin, which is phenomenal as an injection to help pain, especially cancer pain in bones, but also to help bones heal when they have severe osteoporosis. Maybe one person in several hundred will die from shock, but, it's worth taking the chance for that. But then, here we are, 30 years later, it has finally been found that people who take this salmon-derived calcitonin have a significant increase in the incidence of cancer. So it sometimes takes, years to prove how bad something is.
Right.
Fluoride is proven to me beyond any reasonable doubt that it has no benefit whatsoever and is poison. But what's it going to take to turn it around? I don't know.
There's just so much damage that it does. There's so much damage it does, dropping the sperm counts. I mean, you name it. The list goes on and on with the side effects. It's incredible.
I agree. Well, more
Dr.
power
Shealy,
to you, Chad.
I'm sorry.
Dr. Shealy, do you think there's any hope in getting fluoride out of the water?
Again, to me, the only possibility would be a class action suit against the American Dental Association. Now, remember, up until the mid-'60s, the American Medical Association really had a vendetta against chiropractic. And finally, the chiropractors took it to a big lawsuit, and the AMA lost. And although they don't like it, the AMA had to stop, attacking chiropractic. So I think it's going to take that kind of lawsuit against the American Dental Association to get a change. If they lost a lawsuit about it, I think it would have to change.
Is that why I remember hearing chiropractors were quacks back then?
Oh yeah, the AMA did that up until about 66 or 67.
Right, that's what I remember. That I mean, if you went to a chiropractor, you're going to a quack. Okay, and I haven't heard that recently. That's for sure. I haven't. They've stopped using that language. Well, I really like the idea of going after the American Dental Association and to stop this. So, class, if you are interested in participating, if you know someone in the legal system who is interested in participating, let us know. We'll help kick this thing off. I would like fluoride.
Why don't we sue them for $10 billion?
Okay. Dr. Shealy, is this something that you would testify on our side for?
Of course.
There you go. There you go. So here we have it. Maybe this is the beginning. Maybe this is the beginning of getting fluoride out of our water. Dr. Shealy has tried in Springfield, Missouri. I've tried. We've been successful in lots of things. We've been successful in changing zoning ordinances about raising chickens and gardening in your front yard in Orlando, Florida. And we've taken on the Fish and Wildlife in Virginia. And we've won. We've won every little skirmish that we've been involved in, except for Amendment 1. We lost that one by 0.2%. And we lost fluoride. We cannot, no matter what we say, I mean, even singling out individuals and putting their names and their phone numbers on the internet and over the air, those who are poisoning us, it still doesn't work with fluoride. It's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And you parents out there who want to bake cookies and cupcakes to raise money for uniforms for school, that's wonderful. But why don't you take up the fluoride campaign and get fluoride out of the water that's poisoning your children while they're in school? They're cooking with fluoride water. They're drinking fluoride water out of the drinking fountains. Why are you allowing that? Why don't you march on your school? Why don't you show it up at the superintendent's office? Start right at the top and demand that fluoride be removed from the water at the school system. And then the school system would say, well, we can't do anything about it. It comes from the city. So then the school and you approach the city en masse and get fluoride out of the water that way. Why don't you try that? And if you do, I will report it on the air. Chad, thanks so much for being with us. Dr. Shealy and I will be right back.
Yes, these men and their hypnotized followers call this a new order. It is not new, and it is not order.